Hi friends, I got a library book haul. These are not books that we purchased. These are just our library books that we've checked out. I have quite a few that we'll go through quickly. But I wanted to mention that our library's not actually letting us in, like to come hang out and stuff. The children's area is closed, so I put all the books that I wanted on hold. Right now with the coronavirus concerns and them just trying to be extra safe. So I put everything on hold, which I typically like to do anyway because at least several books just so I can get the books that I want because some of them are spread out at the different libraries in our town. I mean, in our state. So I do that often, so it wasn't too big of a deal, but I just put everything on hold and then I went in and picked them up and the girls just stayed home with Daddy just for safety. So this is 13 Hours inside account of what really happened in Benghazi. It's a book for me. I've been wanting to read it, so I just picked it up. These are our two like chapter books that we're going to be reading. We do like to follow the Sarah Mackenzie Read Aloud Revival picture book recommendations, and this was on it, so we picked it up, but we've already been wanting to read it. And as you can see, it's sort of like a small chapter book. They're very, very short chapters, and there's a few illustrations to go along with it. So we'll be reading that within this next time period, probably between 2 and 4 weeks, depending on if we don't finish it, we'll just renew it. And also we're going to be doing Johnny Appleseed because the rest of this month we've been, this month we've been working on apples. And we're going to go 1 week into October with our apple theme as well, at least, so that we'll have time to finish up our, this read aloud, which is the story of Johnny Appleseed. It's got a few illustrations and mostly it's just a chapter book. So I'm going to be reading this out loud as one of our read alouds to the girls for the next, week or two, along with My Father's Dragon. Now we're doing an apple theme. We've been doing an apple theme for the last couple of weeks. So some of these books are related to that, and some of them are just really great picture books that are related to, just reading to the girls and fun. And some of them are recommendations from the Read Aloud Revival August and September Read Aloud Picture Book Revival. Read Aloud Revival. I'm sorry, can't talk. Read Aloud Revival picture book recommendations that Sarah Mackenzie offers by month. You guys should totally check those out. This is Fireflies. It's a really pretty book. This was one of the Sarah Mackenzie recommendations, A Color of His Own. It's really nice. We've read that one before. This is When God Made You. I'm not going to flip inside all of them because some of them you've probably already seen before, and I don't have that much time available to make that long of a video right now. So the 10 apples up on top by Dr. Seuss we're using for one of our activities in our one of our counting activities, art projects that we're going to do. This is Apples and Robins. This one's really cute. It's got different shapes that you kind of peek through in the story. I thought it was very cute, and it's apple related as well, obviously. In Read Aloud a Revival book recommendations for August that we didn't do because with the coronavirus concerns, we weren't really going to the library or picking up any books last month. We picked up a few of those, but a lot of them are like insect related. And one of our ongoing themes for Modern Charlotte Mason is our Shared Wonder, which is etymology, which is the study of bugs and insects. So when I saw that Read Aloud Revival had a lot of insect book recommendations for the month of August that we had kind of skipped, I went back quickly and reserved those to be on hold at our library too, because they'll go well with our nature study as well that we're doing. And just a lot of them are just really good, fun books to read. So this is In the Trees, Honeybees. This one's so pretty. It's Insect Detective. Just gorgeous illustrations. That was why when I saw this one on the list, besides it being insect related, obviously, I was like, oh, anything with good illustrations is the way to my heart when it comes to books. Just so pretty. They look to be like watercolor illustrations, and we're really into watercolor painting with our nature journaling, so That was Insect Detectives. This is Flora's Very Windy Day. And The Apple Tree by Zoe Hall. Next we have Apple Fractions. We have an entire box of like math living books here and we love them. And when I found one that was like fractions and apples, I had to pick it up. The next several are Eric Carle recommendations. We have most of the Eric Carle books, or a lot of them here. So we're kind of also doing an Eric Carle unit because of the fact that there's so many insects involved, and Eric Carle just happened to be one of my daughter's very favorite. Like, she loves everything Eric Carle. So we got The Very Quiet Cricket, The Very Lonely Firefly, The Very Clumsy Click Beetle, and Little Cloud by Eric Carle. We also got My Awesome Summer as kind of like a farewell to summer, hello to autumn. Since yesterday was the first day of fall here. Well, everywhere, I guess. Rain Makes Applesauce. Quick as a Cricket. We've read this one before and loved it. This is Johnny Appleseed, a tall tale retold and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. So although we're reading the Johnny Appleseed chapter book, I do like to get a picture book of something when we're learning about a person like that. This one is so beautifully illustrated, so I wanted to get this one to read with them, as well as try to read through that, read aloud on Johnny Appleseed. This is How Do Apples Grow? I love this book. I've seen it before. I think we've even checked it out before. But there's so much we can do with this in our nature study, as well as just, you know, to read through and learn more about apples in our apple theme. Oops, okay. The books were sliding and not cooperating with me. This is The Tree is Nice. It's another really gorgeous book. Mostly black and white, although there are some color illustrations, but I just really like this book. A Tree is Nice. The House in the Night. We've read this one before, and it kind of reminded me of the Fireflies that we have several books on, just because of the yellows and the mixing them with the black, and it's a Caldecott honor book. We've read it before, and it was on the recommended list, so we picked it up as well. How Groundhog's Garden Grew by Lynn Sherry. We are starting, we started a late garden, and so we've been getting the girls experienced with some gardening a little bit, and this book is just beautiful. I probably will end up buying this one for our house, because I think it's gorgeous. Up, it's apple picking time. And the Book of Nature Poetry. I love poetry books, especially related to nature, like this one. We will be buying this one for our collection as well. Just random poems by different people, set to beautiful photos of nature in the background. So this will be one that we end up purchasing for sure, but I definitely wanted to make sure you all were aware of that book. It's a National Geographic book as well. Among 1,000 Fireflies. I keep getting the glare. Sorry about that. I think I have a huge love of fireflies. This book is so pretty. Fireflies are probably my favorite bug. I love ladybugs too. Among 1,000 Fireflies. This was a recommendation from Sarah Mackenzie and the Read Aloud Revival, and it went along with our apple theme. Apples to Oregon. Then we have this beautiful book that we've checked out before, but it's Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn. It's just that. It's talking about saying goodbye to summertime and welcoming autumn into this town. And that's what we're doing right now. We're saying goodbye to summer and welcoming autumn. So it's very appropriate. Another Jan Brett. I love Jan Brett books in general, but this is Armadillo Rodeo. I've never read this one, and it was on Sarah Mackenzie's Read Aloud Revival suggestion list, so I was like, sure, we'll check that out. This is Bugs for Lunch. Honey, Honey Lion by Jan Brett. A story from Africa. This is one of the books that we'll be using for the A Modern Charlotte Mason study of astronomy that we're doing. And so it was really expensive. I was finding it. So I just checked it out from the library just to get a feel for it. Oh, it's nice. Especially with everything going on with President Trump and his Space Force that they just started up and the launches that they've been doing and all of that. I'm very excited for the girls to learn more about outer space. This is a beautiful book too. We will probably end up buying that one. It's about the flight of Apollo 11. I don't know if I said that. I know it's autumn. This is one we've read and loved several times before. Probably every autumn. Just talks about the things you do in autumn. Just a couple left. The Full Moon at the Napping House. When I was young in the mountain. Gail Gibbons. Also love her. I recommend Gail Gibbons books for sure. This is The Seasons of the Apple Tree. And then last of all, we have Apples by Gail Gibbons. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to subscribe so you can see more videos related to family and homeschool and life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.